So, according to the comments and the number of views and the number of likes and what you guys said on the first episode of Tech for Thought, you guys apparently really like it. So, you guys are now stuck with me for at least one more episode. So, here's some Tech for Thought. Commercial television, specifically commercialized content. So the decline of cable subscriptions has been news for a long time, and by that I mean the last few years. But 2015 has really been seeing the beginning of what's going to replace it. Now obviously online content is definitely going to be replacing cable subscriptions, but how is online content going to be received by the user? So there are many opinions out there of what it's going to be, but more and more that replacement is looking like it's going to be an ad-free experience for the user. From the looks of what we're seeing now, we're actually looking at a society that is pushing more and more away from a society that was built on advertisements and now looking towards one that is actually going to be creating an entire generation that is essentially going to grow up without the traditional pop-up advertisements that have the number below and come up on your TV in 4-minute intervals between your favorite TV show. And yeah, there are still paid endorsements and paid video productions, which I will, in a sense, be getting into in a video starting next week for Tech for Thought. But for now, I'm pretty much going to focus on the fact that this is going to be affecting advertisements. And there are 3 things that I believe are going to be huge factors that eliminate the pop-up ads from interrupting YouTube videos like this, or your videos or movies and TV shows that you watch on Netflix or Hulu or any other service provider that you choose to get. Number 1, the hardware that you view your content on is based around not giving you any advertisements. So there are all of these new TV boxes that are coming out just this year. You have Apple TV, Roku 4, the new Amazon TV, the Nvidia Shield, and the new Chromecasts, which by the way, I will be talking about these products a little bit more in depth as the weeks go on, hint hint. And these are great devices that have allowed many people to experience online content directly on their TVs, and most of the time, it comes without advertisements. Now this is a big deal because first of all, it gets people away from cable subscriptions in general. And back in 2010, the people who were buying things like the Apple TV or the Vudu box, they were not the general public. So they decided to go forward with these little set-top boxes that allowed them to get their online content directly on their TV. And as more and more people subscribe to online content like Netflix, Hulu, those options are already on these boxes. And most people, when they watch TV shows or movies in groups, they're not going to want to huddle around their computer. They're going to want to watch it on their big screen TV with incredible speakers. Number 2 is the content, ad-free services that already exist. So you have Netflix, you have HBO Now, which is its own independent service, and you have Hulu with the option of commercial-free video. All of these are going to bring people into the light and have them say, we have these resources that allow us to watch movies and TV shows without any ad interruptions at all, and now they are going to want that from everything else. That will become the bare minimum of what they're looking for. They're no longer going to want to sit through a TV episode where every few minutes they're interrupted by ads for Axe body spray. And all of these services, like I mentioned before, already have platforms on all of these devices that connect directly to your TV. So it's not like if you get set up for HBO Now or Netflix, you're restricted to your desktop computer or your laptop. You now have the option of putting it on your big screen TV. And it also comes down to content. Jon Stewart this week announced that he is going to be making the return to television, but not television. He will be coming back to HBO to make short form videos for online viewing. That's a huge deal. Bringing the guy who was on TV for 17 years out of retirement just to make online videos, you know that's going to attract a little bit of attention. And then of course, online companies like CBS, which are not fully online and aren't entirely ad-free, bringing forward shows like Star Trek to online-only status, that's also going to bring a lot of people online only. Even though it has ads, it's still going to get people moving in the right direction. And finally, number 3, the public hatred of advertisements. Now, this could have been debatable a few years ago, but now, because of this, there is no debate anymore. What AdBlock has really shown us is that people have a huge despising hatred of advertisements, and it is real, and it is going to affect how people create content and how users are shown that content. The fact is, people need to make money, and advertisements have been doing that for a long time. But now that services like AdBlock exist, that's going to change everything. And it's really going to change everything now that Apple has brought this into an everyday conversation. Earlier this year, Apple introduced iOS 9 and their new macOS 10 platform with Safari to allow for extensions, including AdBlock. And this has essentially already sparked huge debates on whether Apple has started a war among content creators and online publishers. I don't think I would go that far, but they have definitely stumbled into an area that is definitely very, very important to online creators and online publicists, because a lot of people rely solely on ads for their revenue. And by taking that away, you're going to force people into moving towards new business models. And that's a whole nother video in general. And to put the ball in Apple's court, Apple wouldn't make AdBlock available for its products if there wasn't a demand for AdBlock. So the fact that they're putting it forward for their users already shows that they have heard over and over again that their users want AdBlock. The fact is, there's always going to be a debate whether or not AdBlock is unethical or not. Now, to me, it is unethical, but the fact is, users are going to have to evolve to some degree. And the debate that we're having about AdBlock right now, where it's possibly going to change the way that we view content, not only online, but anywhere, that's a huge deal. And it's a conversation worth having. And what I think is going to result from that, it's going to be a huge increase in online subscriptions, and those online subscriptions are all going to have to be ad-free. People will pay for online products month by month, but they will not pay for ads. So what exactly do I think is going to be the future of all this? I think what it's going to come down to is that all content across the entire internet is going to become free, but at a price you're going to have to sit through 30-second ads on a very periodic basis. If you want to get rid of those ads, you're not going to be able to do it with AdBlocker, because then it's going to come down to the companies saying we still want the support of these people putting out free content, because there are still going to be people who will never in the history of their life pay for online content, but they would rather sit through ads. And I totally understand that. But what the people will pay for is content without advertisements. And I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. So guys, thank you for helping me get through the second episode of Tech for Thought. If you guys have any thoughts on this or anything I should cover in the future, leave it in the comments below. Tell me what you think about this video or what I can improve on it. Tell me any ideas that you think I should have going forward with this series, because I really do enjoy doing this. It's a great excuse to make a video once a week for you guys. And I think this is a great platform to have to talk about technology news like this. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching Tech for Thought. I've been Connor Mitchell, and I will catch you guys at the next video. Talk to you then.